This is completely shocking. We all thought we had seen all the drama on Love and Hip Hop, but trust me, you are not ready for this. Yandy Smith, the queen of reality television, the woman who always talks about loyalty and family values, has just been exposed in the most unbelievable way. Because guess what? Yandy did not just lose her temper, she put her hands on Lil Mendeecees. Yes, you heard that right. Yandy slapped Lil Mendeecees across the face like it was nothing. And the worst part? Mendeecees caught her in the act. Imagine walking into your house expecting to see your family relaxing, and instead, you see your wife slapping your son. And Mendeecees? Oh, he completely lost it. He did not just confront her, he threw her out of the house. Right there, in front of Lil Mendeecees, the neighbors, and even the paparazzi. Yandy tried to explain herself, but Mendeecees was done. He was not going to listen to any excuses. And now, the internet is dragging Yandy through the mud. People are asking, what really happened behind closed doors? How long has this been going on? And is Yandy about to lose everything? Oh, you better stay tuned because this story is far from over. Sit down for this one because the proof is shocking. Let us break this all the way down. All right, everybody, let us really get into this mess. Because trust me, this is messier than anything we have ever seen before. What you are about to hear is going to change everything you thought you knew about Yandy Smith and Ems Harris. This is not just some small reality television drama. This is something that can destroy careers, ruin reputations, and break relationships. Forever. So, let us take it back, because you need to know exactly how it all went down. Yandy, Smith, and Ems Harris, the so-called power couple of Love and Hip Hop. We have seen them stand together through cheating scandals, money problems, and even Ems' time behind bars. Through all the drama, Yandy has always shown herself as the supportive wife and the perfect stepmother to Lil Mendeecees. She has been out here smiling for the cameras, doing interviews about how hard it was to take care of the family while Ems was locked up and acting like she was the glue that held everything together. But baby, behind closed doors, it was a whole different story. According to people close to the family, Yandy's behavior toward Lil Mendeecees started changing months ago. It started small, little comments, cold looks, and a bad attitude. Lil Mendeecees began pulling away, staying away from Yandy, spending more time with his friends, and even getting quiet on social media. At first, people thought maybe he was just going through normal teenage problems. But no, this was something much deeper. And Mendeecees? He started noticing the change too. He started asking questions. But Yandy? She just brushed it off. She brushed it off, blaming Lil Mendeecees' attitude and saying he was being disrespectful. But then, the real truth started coming out. Because it turns out, Yandy was not just giving Lil Mendeecees a hard time. She was straight up bullying him. Word on the street is that Yandy had been struggling ever since Ems got back home. Insiders say that Ems was not bringing in money like before, and Yandy was feeling the pressure. She was frustrated, stressed, and instead of dealing with it the right way, she was taking it out on Lil Mendeecees. One insider said Yandy felt like she was doing everything by herself. She felt like she was doing everything, running the house, taking care of the business, raising the kids, and she started to resent Lil Mendeecees for it. And that is when the emotional abuse started. Yandy reportedly began calling Lil Mendeecees ungrateful, lazy, and a burden. At first, it was just words, but then things got physical. Sources say Yandy would get aggressive when Lil Mendeecees did not listen. She would grab his arm, push him aside, and one time, she even yanked his phone out of his hand so hard that it shattered. But what happened next? Oh, that is when everything went completely out of control. That night, everything went too far. It all came crashing down when Ems came home early from a business trip. Apparently, Yandy and Lil Mendeecees had a small argument earlier in the day over something silly, probably about homework or chores. Lil Mendeecees walked away thinking it was over, but Yandy? Oh, she was not done. Ems walked through the front door and immediately felt like something was not right. He could hear shouting coming from upstairs, Yandy's voice. He dropped his bag and ran up the stairs, straight toward Lil Mendeecees' room. And when he opened that door, Yandy was standing over Lil Mendeecees, screaming at him. The poor kid was in tears, backed up against the wall, looking completely terrified. And then, it happened. Yandy's hand shot out, and she slapped Lil Mendeecees across the face. Yes, Yandy Smith, the same woman who has been preaching about family values on Love and Hip Hop for years, slapped Lil Mendeecees like he was some random stranger. And Ems? He saw it happen with his own eyes. Baby, when I tell you Ems lost it, I mean he lost it. He lunged forward, grabbed Yandy's arm before she could raise her hand again. Ems yelled, "Have you lost your damn mind?" Yandy looked completely shocked. Lil Mendeecees was standing there, crying, and Ems was in front of him like a protective wall. Yandy started stammering, trying to explain herself, but Ems was not listening. "You put your hands on my son? Are you crazy?" Yandy started crying. She said Lil Mendeecees was acting out and that he needed to be disciplined. But Ems, he was done. "Get out." Yandy's mouth dropped open. I said, "Get out." She stood there in disbelief. She tried to argue, but Ems was not letting her say a word. He stormed over to the closet, grabbed her suitcase, and threw it at her feet. "Pack your stuff and get out." At first, Yandy thought he was bluffing, but then Ems picked up his phone and called security. Yes, Ems called security on his own wife. Within minutes, 2 security guards showed up at the house. Yandy was still crying, still trying to plead with Ems, but he just stood there, arms crossed, completely cold. "Escort her out." Yandy tried one last time to reason with him, but Ems cut her off. "You think you are staying here after what you did to my son?" Hell no. And when Yandy walked out of that house, the paparazzi were already there. Cameras flashing, reporters shouting questions, Yandy covering her face, looking completely humiliated, and Ems? He just stood there watching her walk away. No emotion, no regret. Done. Within minutes, the story hit social media. Yandy Exposed was trending within an hour. The memes? Savage. People were dragging Yandy left and right. Yandy really slapped a kid and thought we would not find out? Ems did the right thing. Yandy's whole career is done. Even other celebrities started speaking out. Celebrities jumped in. Tamar. Braxton tweeted, "See, I knew there was something off about Yandy." Cardi B liked a post that said, "Abuse is not cute. Glad Ems protected his son." And the cherry on top? Rashida posted an Insta story that said, "When people show you who they are, believe them." Yandy's fan base? Gone. Her brand deals? Dropping. Like flies. But that is not even the worst part. Because Yandy? Oh, she was not done yet. Guess who showed up at Ems' house the very next day? Yandy. That is right. This woman had the nerve to show up at the house, knocking. Coming next. Yandy stood there, tears streaming down her face, knocking on the door, begging for Ems to listen. But when Ems opened that door, he just stared at her. No words, no emotion. And then, slam. Door shut. Right in her face. And just when. Yandy thought it could not get worse. The paparazzi pulled up, cameras flashing, questions flying. Yandy, covering her face, completely humiliated. But baby, the damage was already done. And trust me, this story, far from over. Because the fallout from this scandal, oh, it is about to get even messier. And Ems? He is not done exposing Yandy just yet. If you thought this could not get any worse, baby, you are not ready for what is coming next. She just made a mistake. Yes, the same woman who was caught slapping Lil Mendeecees, thrown out of the house, in front of the whole neighborhood, and dragged all over social media. Now she was plotting a comeback. And the way she was moving? Oh, shady as hell. Let us pick up right where we left off because this situation, it went from messy to full-blown war real quick. Yandy had just been escorted out by security. Mascara running, reputation in shambles, and the paparazzi, they caught every single second of her downfall. Now, most people, they would have gone into hiding after that level of public humiliation. But Yandy? Oh nah. Instead of laying low, Yandy went into full damage control mode. She started calling people in the industry, trying to flip the narrative, and the way she tried to spin the story, oh baby, it was giving desperate. According to sources close to the situation, Yandy immediately called up her PR team and started working on a statement. And let me tell you, it was giving delusion. Because apparently Yandy's version of the story was that she just lost her temper and that back into that house. Yes, you heard that right. Yandy was not just trying to save face, she was plotting her way back in. Because according to sources, Yandy told her PR team that her top priority was not fixing her reputation, not apologizing to Lil Mendeecees, but getting back into that house. And the way she tried to do it? Oh, it gets worse. Yandy started spinning the story, making it seem like she was the victim. She claimed Lil Mendeecees had been acting out, pushing her limits, and that she was just trying to discipline a disrespectful child. Excuse me? This is the same woman who was caught red-handed putting her hands on that boy. And now? She wanted people to believe she was the victim? Oh, Yandy, this ain't it. Stood there, waiting. And when Ems opened the door? Oh, he was not having it. Yandy stood there, mascara smudged, voice shaky, looking like she had been crying all night. She started with the waterworks, saying, Ems, please. You cannot just throw me away like this. We are a family. But Ems, stone cold, arms crossed, no emotion. A family, he scoffed. You put your hands on my son, Yandy. What part of family is that? Yandy kept pleading. She talked about how stressed she was, how she had been holding everything together while he was gone, how she never meant to hurt Lil Mendeecees. And then, she pulled the oldest trick in the book. She tried to guilt-trip Ems. She told him, I did everything for this family. I sacrificed my career, my time, my life, and now you just throw me out like I am nothing? Ems did not budge. Sacrificed? He repeated, his voice dangerously low. You did not sacrifice anything. You got caught, Yandy. And now you want to play the victim. Yandy's face dropped. She tried one last time. Ems, please. I love you. But Ems? He slammed the door in her face. And just like that, Yandy's last hope was gone. Mess started. Yandy got on Instagram Live, face red, voice shaking, and started spinning the story. I know I made a mistake. I know I should have handled things differently. But y'all do not know what I have been going through. I have been doing everything for this family, and now I am just thrown away like I never mattered. Oh, the manipulation was on full display. She went on about how she was being painted as a monster, how social media was twisting the truth, and how she was the one who had held everything together while Ems was locked up. But baby, the internet was not buying it. The comments were brutal. Girl, you hit a child. Ain't no excuse for that. You are really out here trying to play the victim? Be for real. You did not just try to blame this on stress. Own up to it. And then, Lil Ems posted on his own page. A simple message, but it said everything. I am not lying. Oh, that set the internet on fire. Now there was no way for Yandy to come back from this. No more spinning the story, no more damage control. Her truth had been exposed. Happened with our own eyes. Yandy thought she could just cry on camera, write a long post, and people would suddenly forgive her. But nobody was buying it. Even celebrities were speaking out. Tamar Braxton doubled down. I said what I said. A real mother does not put her hands on a child like that. Period. Cardi B liked another post that said, abuse is never okay. No excuses. And Rashida, she threw some more shade, posting, some people only apologize when they get caught. Watch out. For those ones. Yandy's brand deals were dropping left and right. The network was staying quiet, but sources say they were already talking about cutting ties. And then, Lil Ems spoke up again. He went on live and said, I do not care what she is saying now. She treated me bad for months. She called me names. She put hands on me. She is only sorry because y'all found out. Oh, baby. That was the final nail in the coffin. Yandy had lost. The audience was not having it. Yandy thought she could cry her way out of this, but people were done. Even producers were divided. Some wanted to help Yandy fix her image. But others? They knew the truth was too big to hide. One insider said, the network is torn. Some think Yandy can bounce back, but others know the audience will not forgive this. It is risky. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was staying quiet. But then, boom, he did an interview. And baby, he did not hold back. I do not care what she says now. My Priority is my son. Period. I saw what happened. Yandy made her choice. Now she has to live with it. The internet exploded. Fans flooded the comments. Mendeecees is standing on business. Protect Lil M at all costs. Yandy tried to play the victim and failed. At this point, it was over. Yandy tried to save herself. She tried to flip the story. She tried to get back in the house, but nobody was buying it. And just like that, Yandy Smith's career was in freefall. Considering divorce says everything. This is not just some argument. This is serious. An insider revealed, Mendeecees feels like he failed as a father by not seeing the signs sooner. He is making sure his son is safe first. And if you thought this was over, oh, it is just getting started. Because Child Protective Services is now involved? Yes, this is bigger than social media drama. Mendeecees is not just kicking Yandy out. He is making sure she cannot come back. A lawyer close to the case said, if CPS finds any evidence of ongoing abuse, it could change everything. Custody, visitation, everything. Yandy tried to play the victim. She tried to control the story. She tried to win Mendeecees back, but now she might lose everything, because guess what? While Yandy was out here begging for sympathy, Mendeecees was out here making power moves. Sources just confirmed Mendeecees has already filed for full custody of Lil Mendeecees. Oh yes. Not only is he pushing for divorce, but he is making sure Yandy has no legal claim over his son. A legal insider said, Mendeecees wants to make sure Lil Mendeecees is never put in that situation again. He is taking no chances. And Yandy, she is spiraling. She has been calling producers, trying to convince them to keep her on the show. She has been reaching out to friends, hoping someone can get Mendeecees to reconsider. But the truth is clear as day. Mendeecees is not looking back. And baby, the next bombshell in this saga? Oh, you are not ready for what is coming next. The children at all costs. But Yandy? She was not giving up. When the sympathy card flopped, she switched strategies. According to sources, Yandy started calling up her industry friends, trying to get people to vouch for her. She was begging producers at Love and Hip Hop to spin the narrative in her favor. But the real shocker? Yandy is planning a tell-all interview. Yes, you heard that right. She is reportedly in talks with a major media outlet to tell her side of the story. And baby, the way she is about to frame this, oh, it is messy. A source close to the situation said, Yandy is trying to make it seem like Mendeecees was never really on her side, that their marriage was falling apart long before this scandal. And if you think that is wild, just wait. Because the next move Yandy makes, oh, it is about to change everything. Then maybe, just maybe, she can win back public sympathy. But baby, the internet was not buying it. People were dragging Yandy left and right. One comment said, you are not the victim, you are the problem. Take accountability. Another wrote, ma'am, you put hands on a child and now you want to cry? We are not falling for this. And if that was not bad enough, even the courts were not feeling it. Sources say Yandy's legal team struggled to build a case because the evidence against her was too strong. The video footage, the public outrage, and Lil M's own words made it clear as day, Yandy was in the wrong. And Mendeecees, oh, he was not playing. He filed his own legal paperwork, making it very clear that he was going to protect his son at all costs. But baby, the wildest part? Yandy was not done yet. Because the next move she made, oh, it took this scandal to a whole new level, was just the breaking point for her. Baby, the internet was not falling for it. People started calling out the blogs for trying to flip the story. One person wrote, so now Mendeecees is the villain? Nah, Yandy, take responsibility. Another commented, the manipulation is wild. You got caught, now you want to play the victim? And Mendeecees? Oh, he was not letting this slide. He released his own statement, making it very clear that he was focused on his son's safety and not on drama. I will not let anyone rewrite the truth. My only priority is my son. Baby, the internet ate that up. The hashtag started trending again. Justice for Lil M, stand with Mendeecees, accountability, matters but Yandy, she was still fighting, still trying to flip the script, and the next move she made? Oh, it backfired in the worst way possible. Needed to say and said it with his chest. Another person wrote, finally a father who puts his child first. And the support for Mendeecees? Oh, it was pouring in from everywhere. But Yandy, she was still trying to save face. She went on live, looking all sad, talking about, I just wish people knew the full story. I have always been a good mother. I have always loved that child like my own. Girl. The comments were ruthless. Being a good mother does not include slapping a child. You got caught, now you want to cry? Bye. At this point, Yandy was drowning. And the next thing that happened? Oh, it sealed her fate for good. It is official. Mendeecees filed for divorce. A source close to him said, there is nothing to talk about anymore. He is done. This is about protecting his son now. And Yandy? Oh, she lost it. She went back on Instagram Live, ranting about how she had been blindsided and how she never thought Mendeecees would actually leave her. I gave this man my everything. I held him down when nobody else did. And now he is just throwing me away like I am nothing? Girl, please! The comments were ruthless. No, ma'am, you threw it all away when you put your hands on that child. You did this to yourself. Accept it and move on. But the final nail in the coffin? Mendeecees posted a picture with Lil Mendeecees, captioning it, family first, always. And that was it. Yandy's storyline was over, her reputation was destroyed, and her career? Hanging by a thread. Mendeecees filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences and claiming emotional and physical harm to his child. But it does not stop there. Mendeecees also filed for full custody of Lil Mendeecees. A close source said, Mendeecees wants full custody. He feels like Yandy is unstable, and after what happened, he does not trust her around his son. And honestly, he might just win, because not only is there proof of what Yandy did, but the public is already on his side. And Yandy, she is running. Out of moves, producers from Love and Hip Hop are thinking about cutting her from the show. They do not want the backlash to hurt their brand. And Mendeecees? Oh, he is already setting up meetings with producers for his own spin-off. Yes, you heard that right. Mendeecees is about to take the spotlight while Yandy fades into the background. And honestly, after everything Yandy pulled, she deserves it. So, what do you all think? Is this the end for Yandy? Or does she have one last trick up her sleeve? Because the way things are going, she might be down, but we all know she is not out just yet. And trust me, if there is another twist coming, oh, we will be the first to spill it. So, what do you all think? Is Yandy done for good, or is there more to this story than we know? Drop your thoughts in the comments because, baby, we need to talk about this. And do not forget to smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Because trust me, this drama is far from over. More receipts are coming, and when they drop, oh, you will be right here with the exclusive tea. Stay tuned.